Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, Contract Math, Section 6.5, 2014 edition, Percents of Increase and Decrease lesson. Pause while you write Section 6.5, 2014 lesson in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is use a percent of change formula to solve problems. Today we'll be starting on page 242 in your math textbook. Example 1, finding a percent of increase. The table shows the numbers of hours you spent online last weekend. What is the percent of change in your online time from Saturday to Sunday? So let's look at the table. Saturday you spent 2 hours online, and Sunday you spent 4.5 hours online. So the number of hours on Sunday is greater than the number of hours on Saturday. So the percent of change is a percent of increase because your time went up. So you need to remember the formula for the percent of increase that we wrote in your notes from the last lesson. And it says new amount minus original amount divided by the original amount. So you should write that formula before you start substituting things in, and then you substitute. So the new amount would be Sunday's amount of hours, so that's 4.5, and the original amount would be Saturday's amount of hours, and that's 2, and then you divide that by the original amount. So 4.5 minus 2 is 2.5, so you subtract it, and then you divide, and when you divide you get 1.25, and you write that as a percent, so it's 125%. So you had your original amount plus some, so that's 125%. So your online time increased 125% from Saturday to Sunday. Now we'll be looking at example 2 on page 243. Finding a percent of decrease. The bar graph shows a softball player's home run totals. What was the percent of change from 2012 to 2013? So we need to look at the graph, and it shows the number of home runs decreased from 2012 to 2013. He had 28 in 2012 and 20 in 2013. So the percent of change is a percent of decrease. Remember to write your formula first and then substitute in the numbers. So 28 is the original amount because that's what he had in the first year, minus 20, that's the new amount, and then you divide by the original amount. So that's 28 again. So when you subtract, 28 minus 20 is 8, so that's on the top of your fraction, divided by 28, and when you do that division, you get 0.286, and you write it as a percent, so it's 28.6%. So the number of home runs decreased about 28.6%. Example 3, we're finding a percent error. You estimate that the length of your classroom is 16 feet. The actual length is 21 feet. So we're going to find the percent error. The amount of error is 21 minus 16. So we're off by 5 feet. So we write our formula first. The percent error is the amount of error divided by the actual amount. And so our amount of error is 5, so we put that on the top of our fraction as the numerator, and we divide by the actual amount, which is 21. When we do that division, it comes out to 0.238 or 23.8%. So the percent error is about 23.8%. Your assignment for this lesson is to complete the on your own problems below. They're also on pages 242 and 243 of your textbook. Show your work and be prepared to share during our next class. Remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you need to complete your exit slip, come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any questions you have for your teacher, and of course, have a good attitude.